What is up, everybody? It's your boy Hollywood AJ back with another episode of the Keep It 100 YouTube channel and podcast, vlogs, skits, you name it, I do it. And I know I took last week off, but I had to come up with some new content and I finally got some. So Netflix is a popular streaming service, right? Why not? It's got many shows on there, but the two most popular shows that are on there in many people's eyes are Cobra Kai and All American, and that's what I'm here to talk about today. Which show is better, Cobra Kai or All American? Let's dive right into it. Just a quick reminder, if you haven't seen Cobra Kai or All American, I suggest you continue to watch, but just know, spoiler alerts will be ahead. But without further ado, let's start with Cobra Kai. Now, for those who don't know, Cobra Kai started way back in the 1980s, 1984 to be exact. And this is why it's a great show for one reason, mainly because they tell you what's going on. You could be watching the show for the very first time, you could watch seasons 1 through 3, and you have no idea what's going on. But the show gives you a really good insight on what happened in the past. They give us a lot of flashbacks on characters you may not even heard of. They give us flashbacks on the fight that Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence had. They give us a flashbacks on who Johnny's friends were. They give us a flashback on who Ali Mills was, which basically that's how this whole rivalry between Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence started, was over a female. Danny went to move in on Ali Mills and ultimately paid the price for it in the fact that Johnny beat him up in the first Karate Kid. Then they decided to settle it the noble way. December 19th, 1984, that is when Johnny Lawrence and Daniel LaRusso fought kind of to the death, but it wasn't to the death. They had a point system, and that is where Danny LaRusso, I like to call him Danny, I don't know why, Daniel LaRusso went on to defeat Johnny Lawrence, front kick to the face, crane kick to the face, and the rivalry didn't just end there. It was far from over, leading into the Cobra Kai series. Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence kind of switched roles. You know, in the Karate Kid series and the Karate Kid movie, the very first one, Daniel LaRusso was kind of the poor kid. He really wasn't that rich the way Johnny Lawrence was. But in the series, in the first episode, they kind of switched roles. You have Johnny Lawrence living in Encino, in Reseda, where Daniel LaRusso was the guy living up in North Hollywood. He had all the glitz, he had all the glam, he had basically everything Johnny had, basically a little role reversal. And basically, they add new characters, they bring back old characters as well. They brought back Johnny's friends, they brought back Kumiko and Chosen in season 2, and in season 3, they brought back a little bit more of, hey, what's gonna happen in season 4? I'll dive into a little bit of that later. But at the end of season 1, what many people didn't see coming was after Cobra Kai won the All Valley tournament. That's right, Cobra Kai won the All Valley tournament for the first time in about 30 years, where Miguel Diaz defeated Robbie Keane, Johnny Lawrence's son. Miguel Diaz is basically Johnny Lawrence's other son. Basically, he's like a father figure to Miguel, but ultimately, Cobra Kai won the All Valley tournament. John Kreese came back at the end of season 1, and after that happened, that is when all hell decided to break loose. He wanted to really bring back Cobra Kai, but Johnny does a great job of explaining throughout season 2 all of the darkness and all the drama and all the lies that John Kreese brings to everyone's lives. And that just continues to boil over in season 2, where in the climax and ultimately the ending of season 2, there was a huge brawl fight between Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do. Daniel LaRusso's kids, mainly his firstborn, Samantha LaRusso, and Tori, Miguel's other girlfriend, they basically decide to tussle it out, and then all hell just ensues. All hell breaks loose. It's basically like Khabib and McGregor on steroids and out of school. And the fight scenes are amazing. Let's not forget about that. The fight scenes are amazing, and throughout all the fight scenes that happen, the school fight is probably the best fight scene out of every single scene. But we all know, for those who do know, Robbie and Miguel have their quote-unquote rematch in the school. Robbie kicks Miguel off the top of a second floor balcony. Miguel ultimately goes on to break his back, and that leaves us with a major cliffhanger because everyone turns on Johnny Lawrence. Cobra Kai, Miyagi-Do, everyone just kind of seems to just flip the script the way he told Hawk to flip the script in season 1. And many people didn't know, okay, what's gonna happen in season 3? Is Miguel alive? Where did Robbie go? Nobody really knew. So, season 3 rolls around, Miguel learns how to walk again, and there we go. It's all over. Cobra Kai runs the way John Kreese wants it to run, and basically Johnny Lawrence is trying to really, He's really trying to get the positive energy back into Miguel's life and to everyone else's life. He's basically trying to get the other Cobra Kai students that turned against him to see how poisonous Kreese is. And in a way, he kind of does that in season 3, the end of season 3, the very last episode. Another house fight breaks out at Samantha LaRusso's house. And all in all, it just leads to one of the most epic season finales I've ever seen, where now finally Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do, basically Cobra Kai meaning Johnny Lawrence and Daniel LaRusso, they're going to team up to try and stop Cobra Kai from just blowing up. Because at the end of season 3, let's not forget, Johnny Lawrence fought Kreese, Daniel LaRusso fought Kreese as well, and just as Daniel LaRusso was about to land the final blow, Samantha LaRusso came in to stop him. Then that's when Kreese laid down one of the most awesome deals of all time, saying, let's do this the noble way, tournament. Cobra Kai loses, I go for good. So that's where season 4 will lead into. And season 3 also led more into Kreese's backstory. It led into his stories about him getting bullied, about his mom committing suicide, and about how he did great in the army and how he got the name Cobra Kai from a fight he had against his sergeant above a snake pit. Yeah, pretty dark stuff, but that's what I like about it. So all in all, he saved a man named Silver. And for those who don't know, Silver was in Karate Kid 3 as one of the other Cobra Kai instructors, Cobra Kai senseis. And who knows, will he come back in season 3? Season 4, excuse me. My prediction is he will. We see Kreese at the end calling to somebody. We see Kreese kind of diving into, okay, I gotta bring this guy back, meaning Terry Silver, if I want Cobra Kai to succeed. And let's not also forget Robbie Keane, Johnny Lawrence's son, who spent some jail time for what he did to Miguel. He joined Cobra Kai, he joined Cobra Kai at the very end of the show. And he is Cobra Kai's #1 student behind Tori Nichols, played by Peyton List. So just a little rewind and just a little recap of all 3 seasons. And the main things I like about it is, like I said, the flashbacks it gives everybody. It gives back people a lot of nostalgia for the diehard Karate Kid fans. And I'm a diehard Karate Kid fan, so that's why I was personally invested into this show. And I love the fight scenes. My 2 favorite fight scenes were probably the school fight scene and the house fight scene, where basically Hawk, who was basically the villain of entire season 3, he came out and became a good guy again. Hawk is one of my favorite characters, so it was good to see him go back to the right team, meaning Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do. But there's a lot of unanswered questions. What will happen in season 4? I don't know. That's another conversation for a different day. But if you look at the ratings, Cobra Kai does outstanding ratings. When they came on Netflix last year, they had an all-time high at #1 for about a month. They were the #1 ranked Netflix series in the world for a reason, and that is because of the realness. It feels like it's unfiltered. It has a real backstory. Sure, albeit, a lot of Hollywood stuff is in there, of course, but when is there not? It's Hollywood. But the backstory and the realness and the fights is what makes this show so great. And season 3 had the most ultimate teaming up. It was like the Avengers teaming up. It was like, ooh, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. That season 3 with In the Air Tonight playing in the background, where Miyagi-Do and Cobra Kai are teaming up to take down Kreese. It does not get any better than that. And I am just so happy. I cannot wait for season 4 to come out. I'm a diehard fan. I even got the Cobra Kai hat on, and I am just ready for season 4 to come out. But let's get back to why I like it and what show is better, Cobra Kai or All-American. Cobra Kai just has that nostalgic background, like I said. It has that realness, it has that rawness, and it gives us an ultimate insight on what happened in the past, and I just feel it's easy to follow. Nothing feels scripted, everything feels real, and it deals with a lot of basically real life situations. What can happen if you show mercy, and what can happen if you think before you act. If you act with emotion instead of with your head. And karate and fighting in general, a lot of combat sports in general, have that philosophy where, hey, you need to use your mind instead of your muscles to really make a decision. And basically, I resonate a lot with this show because I'm a huge martial arts fan and because I'm a huge Karate Kid fan. So it's really cool seeing old characters and new characters and new storylines being implemented into this show and reviving this show and becoming one of the best Netflix series on Netflix. So that is why I like Cobra Kai. Now I'm about to head to Dutch Clark, where we play our football games here in Pueblo, Colorado, and we're gonna talk about All-American. Let's go. Well, guys, here we are at Dutch Clark Stadium. And for those that live here in Pueblo know, there's been a lot of storied games played on this football field. The Bell game, the Cannon game, a few state title games. My alma mater of East High School won their second straight state title game on this field. A lot of nostalgic reasons why I'm filming here. A lot of reasons why I filmed my other YouTube episodes here at this straight up amazing field. So if you haven't seen those videos, go ahead and check those out. But that leads into my next topic, All-American. Let's dive right into it. It's getting a little windy out there, but that's not gonna stop me from filming. I'm still at Dutch Clark Stadium. I just figured I'd finish this segment in my car so that way you guys can hear me a little better. But quick recap on All-American. It's about Spencer James, one of the best high school athletes in LA. And he is moving from Crenshaw High School to Beverly Hills High School to now, spoiler alert, back to Crenshaw High School to bring a state title to his one and only alma mater, his very first ever alma mater. In a way, he's kind of pulling a LeBron when LeBron went to Miami, and now he's coming back to Cleveland. As simple as that. So in the first season, he just deals with a lot of adversity on and off the field. He comes from Crenshaw High School to Beverly Hills High School. He doesn't really get the red carpet treatment. He doesn't really get the superstardom treatment that one would hope. He doesn't get a lot of stuff going his way. Coach Billy Baker moves him to defense when Spencer James is really an offensive threat, and he moves Spencer in because, hey, Spencer lives in Crenshaw. He's playing in Beverly Hills. He has to find a way to really commute, so why not just live in Billy Baker's home? Jordan Baker's not on board, so he doesn't get that red carpet treatment even more. There was accusations of hazing. There was accusations of throwing games. Spencer James actually did lose a game for them in season 1. But that's when things started to really click. The more drama that happened, the more the team got to click and the more they won games. And just a lot more drama that happened between Olivia Baker, Jordan Baker's sister, Billy Baker's daughter, and Layla. Layla is probably one of the craziest characters, not in a bad way, but I would say how she kind of led Asher on and then wanted to get with Spencer that entire time. Now, for those who don't know, All-American is streaming on CW as of right now, season 3, and I'm just gonna give you my eye test on what I saw. So it's streaming on CW, like I said. I'm not hating on it. This is just what I see. All-American is on a TV show, a TV station. Cobra Kai was on YouTube. I'm comparing the two. Cobra Kai was on YouTube for its first 2 seasons, right? It was number 1 on Netflix for about 3 months. Then it got moved to Netflix for their 3rd season, and it's going to be on Netflix for their 4th season. All-American is a very popular show. I am not taking anything away from that. It has very good numbers, and I can't even imagine how good the numbers are on a weekly basis being on the CW. But I feel like it has better numbers on Netflix, and that's what a lot of people wait for, is for it to come on Netflix. So why isn't All-American on Netflix if it brings in a lot of good ratings? Is it because CW has a higher contract, has a higher saying, has a more powerful saying over All-American than, say, Cobra Kai does? If All-American brings in the numbers you want it to bring, then just have it straight to Netflix, and it would be number 1 on Netflix from basically now. I mean, think about it. All-American aired January 18th, so it's been out for a month. There's about 15 episodes, so it's a very long season. 15 episodes each season. Think about it. All-American continues to go on this platform of airing episodes weekly. It's weekly. In fact, there's an episode that airs tonight. I'm not watching it. I'm waiting till it all comes out on Netflix. But if it keeps going on that schedule, then how is it that we just have to wait for all this drama? We have to wait till October, maybe November for it to come on Netflix, because think about it, the season won't end till maybe May. I would say May. If there's about 15, 16 episodes a season, it won't end till maybe middle or late May. And if they just put all the episodes together, aired it on Netflix, it would be the number 1 show today. like I said, it aired January 18th, it would still be the number one show. That's one thing I don't really like, is if it was that popular and if it was everything that everyone was making it seem to be, it would just immediately go on Netflix. And I feel like that's a producer's fault, and I feel like that's in a way CW's fault for not giving the rights to Netflix, because hey, you guys would get a lot more money, you get a lot more eyes if it was strictly on Netflix. Another few things I don't like is how they make Spencer James out to be perfect. Albeit he faced some adversity by getting shot in the shoulder, losing feeling in his right arm, losing feeling in his fingers. You know, who knows if he'll ever be the same. I see that he is in season 3, you know, just a few sneak peek episodes I saw. I see he's better, and I see he's okay. And I also see he's blaming Coop for a lot of what happened of him getting shot. Let's not forget her running in with Sean, her running in with a lot of the thugs in All American, running it in with one of the biggest bloods out there. It put her on Spencer's bad side for a bit, and it made everyone in the public eye kind of hate her. Let's be real. It made everyone kind of hate her because she thought she was right when Spencer was only trying to steer her away from that thug life. But I just feel like they make him out to be a little bit more perfect than he is. Albeit the adversity he faced was being shot, and that's a good adversity. That's a good monkey wrench to throw in there for this season. It's not good that he got shot, but it's a good monkey wrench for more views and for more authenticity as well. There's a lot of authenticity in the show, just like there is Cobra Kai, but I just feel like a lot of it is filtered. I feel like a lot of it is more scripted, whereas Cobra Kai is a little more authentic. Not a lot, but just a little bit. And I just feel like if they would have gave Spencer James a little bit more adversity, maybe a little bit more drama, maybe not have him take a lot of things so serious, it would be a little bit more better show. Don't get me wrong. It's a great show. I love it. When season 3 comes out on Netflix, I will watch every episode of it, of every minute. That's how I am. I'm a huge fiend for this show. I'm a huge fan of this show. But at the end of the day, I have to choose which one's better. And, you know, with the fact that Coop tries to act like Nipsey Hussle in a way, it just doesn't really sit with me right. And the fact that she has to be all tough all the time, it don't really sit with me right. But I do like the fact that Spencer did go back to Crenshaw. There's a lot more positives than there is negatives, but I'm just saying the negatives outweigh for All American in this situation, and that is why, to me, Cobra Kai is much more better than All American. Think about it. Cobra Kai has 10 episodes each season. All episodes are maybe 30 minutes each, where All American have long episodes. Granted, the episodes keep you on the edge of your seat the entire time, but like I said, it just goes back to the scheduling that the CW has. I get it, it's under contract, but my thing is, if you want more eyes, release it to Netflix right away. The show came out January 18th, you would have more eyes as of right now, and that's just facts. I mean, it's a very popular show. I see everyone talking about it on social media. I don't really hear anyone talking about it now because it airs weekly, and let's be honest, weekly episodes are kind of 2010, 2012. Everything on Netflix is released so you can watch all the episodes one night. And there's a lot of states still on lockdown. There's a lot of states with curfews. They would release this episode this season with the notion that, hey, you're going to get all episodes that day. Like I said, it would still be the number one show right now. But Cobra Kai, more authentic, more real, more nostalgic. All American. Spencer gets mad at the smallest things. There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of stuff that I felt could have been left out. Cobra Kai is ultimately the best show on Netflix and is better than All American. That doesn't mean I don't like All American. I'm a huge fan of All American, but I just think Cobra Kai is way better. And I cannot wait for season 3 of All American to come out on Netflix. I will definitely be glued to the TV, and I cannot wait for season 4 of Cobra Kai to come out, because that will be one of the most highly anticipated Netflix shows ever. And it'll give me more content to talk about. That's going to be it for me today, guys. Comment on what you think is the better show. Is it Cobra Kai? Is it All American? You tell me. I want to know. Comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will publish content 3 more times a week, most likely every day. It's your boy Hollywood AJ. Keep it 100. I'm out.